My fiance is terrified of Canada geese. Despite
Of what?
Canada geese. Despite, it says here Canada geese. Despite the fact that they have hollow bones, no teeth, and perhaps the most karate choppable necks in the animal kingdom.
Flamingo.
Too high.
Too high?
I would do a giraffe.
How high? Wait, hold on. How tall do you think a flamingo is?
I did confuse a flamingo with an ostrich just now in my...
I would do a giraffe because a geese I would level that thing. I would absolutely flatten a geese. Giraffe could take my full chop, no problem.
Oh, so you're talking about karate choppable in resilience, not in like so tempting.
I would not karate chop a goose because that is now not a goose anymore.
Okay, let's finish the question. Hold on.
Okay, so
Then we can talk about which animals we'd murder with our bare hands.
No, that we wouldn't murder with our bare hands.
she
Trav.
sincerely believes that at any moment one could and would kill her without mercy.
Yes.
Yes, they have I'm hearing some light agreement. Yes, they have a bad reputation, but they weigh like 10 pounds and have no sharp bits anywhere. How can I convince her she doesn't need to live in fear of these aggressive but ultimately harmless assholes? That's from Brave Bronta Buster in BC.
Are you here? All right.
What's it like to be so wrong?
That's a weird
vibe to channel.
I know, but I'm American.
I guess.
Geese aren't harmless. I mean, you could say like you could take one.
Yeah.
I'm with that vibe.
Yes.
But they're not harmless.
No,
they
they're
took down
not.
that plane that Sully was flying.
If they hadn't had
True. Good point.
such a capable pilot at the wheel.
When they
Oh
work
my
together,
God,
they
can
could
you
do
imagine?
anything.
Can you fucking imagine? What if some pilot was like, yeah, I can make it to that airport landing strip? No, you fucking couldn't, because you don't have the head on a swivel that Captain Sully has.
No.
Where he saw the river, he was like, here we go.
Talk about an unkarate choppable neck.
Yeah.
His head is so on a swivel you couldn't get
Can't
it.
sneak up on Sully.
Ever since we started calling the Sully thing the miracle on the Hudson,
Yeah.
I bet geese have had it out for us in a pretty major way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, sorry, but that was kind of a rotten day for a lot of us.
Yeah. To be fair, the plane did run into them.
Yeah, like it ran right into them. They're flying in the sky where they belong,
Right.
and we're just kind of rolling through. And that was kind of a rotten day for some of them, like some of their uncles and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Their
And
geese
these
uncles.
geese aren't harmless. They will attack you.
I got bit by a goose at Kings Island in Ohio once, and it's an amusement park, but that's the only thing I can remember from that day. So there's a sort of psychic damage it does, huh?
Is it possible that your fiance is not afraid of the goose in that the goose would damage them, but rather afraid of the damage that they would do to the goose?
Right.
Not to once again invoke Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but it's like in the movie Rundown where he's like, I don't use guns. And you spend the whole movie like, oh, he must be afraid of guns. But he's afraid of himself using guns.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe your fiance has killed a goose before. And they're afraid of having to do that again.
That seems unlikely. I can see it, though. Like, I could fight a goose, but I don't want to have to kill a goose.
You don't want to have to, but you would, right?
I mean, what's the stakes?
The goose has doxed you
Oh.
and is attacking your family.
All right, you can't both shout.
Okay,
at
you
me.
go.
$150.
Oh, see, I was putting his family at stake, but I'm going to go with $150.
We're going to sort of low ball, high ball situation.
Mine Canada or England?
What?
The Queen owns all the geese.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, no.
That's also swans. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry, folks. That's swans.
Okay.
Nobody wants geese.
no one.
Okay.
She tried to send those to Australia, and it didn't take.
150 Canadian or 150 US? Because I'm here to tell you, folks, I've discovered there is a significant difference. I asked a gentleman for a coffee, and he asked me for so many dollars.
I do just want to say that something doesn't have to pose mortal peril to you for you to be scared of it. You know what I mean? I know a goose isn't going to kill me, but ever since that fateful day at Paramount Kings Island, I am afraid of them.
Yeah. I will also say if I was just standing somewhere, maybe I've just finished a game of Ultimate Frisbee with my friends.
Yeah.
I do that, as far as you know. And a goose starts walking towards me in what one might call a threatening manner.
No way, man.
I'm not going to stand my fucking ground.
No way.
You run away.
I'm
You
not
run
calling
away.
that goose's bluff.
No, it's scary.
One of us understands mortality, and it's not the goose.
Also, I bet a goose could come up with a sharp bit somewhere.
Or a weapon, if it had to.
Yeah.
Who in this room, by a show of hands, has been attacked by a Canadian goose? Holy
Wow.
fucking
Wow.
shit.
That's like
Holy
10% of the audience. That's like 15,000 people.
There was at least 100 people in this room who are like, fuck yes.
How many of you fought back and killed that goose?
No, don't.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to dox yourself.
God will judge you in the end. Not us on stage.
Welcome to heaven, Sully. Bad news.
It's all run by geese. Surprise.